I literally have 10,000 things on my to-do list, and instead of doing anything about it, today I went to the park. Not the Hyde Park, which would be an obvious choice. And next to my to-do list, there are things I wish to do if I had the time, and one of them would be to rent a bike at Hyde Park and just ride around. But I never have the time, and today I went to the park, which is not the Hyde Park, and I was just walking around. But the funny thing is, it was so bright, I needed to change the settings on my mobile phone, otherwise I couldn't see the screen. Usually my screen brightness is on 20%, that is more than enough for me, and now I needed to raise it up to 70% just to see, just to find the recording button I needed. And obviously, because I haven't seen sunshine for like 6 months, because I do all my stuff at night, I kind of forgot about many things. For example, that the grass can be wet, so after maybe a minute of walking on the grass, my shoes, my socks got really wet. But I really love the dogs around here. There were like 15 dogs altogether. I'm not sure if they're supposed to be on a leash or not. For me, it really doesn't matter. I had a dog before, and I really wish to have a dog now. But I love it. Not a single dog here at the park had a proper leash. They basically use different ropes, anything that they find at home, up in the attic. Okay, there was a pond in the park with lots of ducks, and as I was approaching the water, they were gathering around, because everyone who comes here near the water usually feed them. There is a little sign here saying no bread, and someone did a graffiti saying don't give them white bread at all. And basically there's a text here, a couple of sentences, what we should bring if we really feel like giving them some food, if we really think feeding them would be a good idea for relaxation. So they say grapes cut in half, cracked corn, barley, oats, birdseed, frozen peas that have been defrosted. This is very strange. Frozen peas that have been defrosted. This is very specific. I made a mistake, the open Facebook app again in the morning. That is something you shouldn't really do at all, because I've seen the movie I've been waiting for a very long time, and when I say very long time, it's maybe 5 years or maybe more, since a murder on the Orient Express, and that is the death on the Nile. The thing is that actually I am 85% sure that I met the director, Kenneth Branagh, at one of the pubs in London. But obviously it's not just about him, it's about Agatha Christie. I go live every day, or almost every day, and read up from the Iliad, Homer Iliad, and it's about that law, and I just love it. I just love how Agatha Christie used her fame, her name, to drive attention to archaeology, and this is such a great thing. I definitely want to support the movie, but you know, bringing it out in February, that is absolutely not a good time. And as I went today to the park to walk on the grass to relax a little bit, I was thinking about this movie playing nearby and having no time at all to go and watch it. That is really terrible. And my shoes got wet and my socks got wet, so it didn't really go as planned at all. Someone is playing music, live music. So after the park and listening to the band playing, I went to a coffee bar and I had double espresso and a croissant, and the lady was absolutely lovely. It's an independent shop. And they had an older guy and a younger one, a teen, maybe 15 years old, trying to wash the windows. And I didn't ask anything. I just obviously I asked for the espresso and the croissant, and that's it. I sat down, but the lady who was in front of me asking for coffee and a latte and a panino. She was asking what's going on here, and the Colombian lady who made actually lovely coffee for me, she was explaining that the guy is completely new, the young one, completely new, and they training him how to wash the window. And this is actually a very interesting, it was a very interesting scene, you know, because where I worked before, it was basically one of the best paid job, entry-level job in a whole building, the window cleaning, because the building was so high, you know, not many people choose this kind of job because it's not dangerous at all, because they have the right gear. But you know, you need to work in a very high places outside, washing the windows. And you know what, I would even consider it if I were younger. So they were basically, just to get an estimate, just to see the scale of it, they were earning more than double than me in my previous job, the people who were hanging outside washing the windows. So that is pretty cool. I actually had a friend who was doing similar jobs with the windows, and basically he worked like 2-3 months out of a 12 months year. So that's not bad. You work 3 months and then you had 9 months completely free, and you can travel wherever you want in the world, obviously in a world where there are no restrictions on travel and all that stuff. What's been going on in the last 2 years. So that was good. So I went to this coffee bar. I enjoyed the view, the scenery, and there was this lady, English lady, with a panino and a latte next to me, talking to everyone. And then I had 2 other guys, construction workers, coming in, and they were quite loud as well, talking about the about the things they are annoyed with. So it was an absolutely amazing scene, like a real theater. I loved it. So that was my social life for today. Basically 5-10 minutes. Yeah, I would rather choose, 4 hours in the cinema with Agatha Christie's Death on the Nile movie, where I am my time is very limited. and this is so sad. Why do you have to premiere a movie in February? That is the worst possible time, Mr. Kenneth Branagh. Don't do it. Anything, any month except February. The last time I was in the cinema, it was, I need to think now. I was with my parents watching the James Bond. We didn't like it. And then I went for the Dune. Yes, which was quite good. I loved the whole the picture of it. It was amazing. It was really a cinematic masterpiece. The dialogues were obviously like the worst I ever heard. It's basically, I think they wrote the script in like 5 minutes, but it makes the cinematic experience it's amazing. Literally, for the Dune movie, I would buy a TV, a flat screen TV, because I don't have a TV now. I watch all the movies and TV series on my small screen on my mobile phone. Not even on my laptop, on my mobile phone I watch. And this is why I'm going to the movie for, to see a movie like Dune. James Bond was really bad. Yes, I went to see the Spider-Man movie, I went to see it in IMAX in Waterloo. It was like, they advertise themselves like they have the biggest screen in the UK, and it's literally huge. You can break your neck if you're in the first row. But the problem was that everyone was talking about the Spider-Man movie. Everybody. So I knew all the spoilers. So it wasn't interesting for me at all. But it was a lovely movie. It deserves everything, all the positive energy that directed on them. So it's pretty good. And now that on the Nile, but in February. Why is it in February? In February I have time only to go to the coffee shop, buy a double espresso and a croissant, and have it in 10 minutes, and that's it. That's all the time I have. And after that I went to the shop to buy a coffee. There was no coffee. The brand what I like at all, no coffee. So what I did, I bought flowers, 2 big bucket of flowers, and the cheese. And it was quite difficult because there was no queue to get to the till, this self-checkout till. There was no queue, but there were a couple of people trying to steal beer, so the security guards were there. You couldn't pass through them, so not easy. So I was waiting for them to wrap this up. They were actually handling the situation quite quickly. I think the whole thing wasn't even 5 minutes, so that's okay. I can wait 5 minutes, no problem. And that's it. That was the day. So exciting. I literally have 10,000 things on my